Let me get my set off mute there for a minute. What's good, everybody? Appreciate everybody sliding through this joint. Catch a quick one. Sorry, y'all. My daughter's gonna be joining me in this live, and she can sitting here going crazy, man. So, again, man, we talking about them new look Lakers. Got a first sample size of it. Wait for a few of my people to get in the building. I got a little pleasant surprise for the folks. I just gotta wait till a few of my TWT fans make it in the building, man. I got a little pleasant surprise for the people, so I'm gonna hold fast and hold tight till my people's get in the building, and I'm gonna share a little something with the TWT fan, man. Salute to you, MP. What appreciate you sliding through this joint, bro. Appreciate you sliding through this joint, man. I got a little something, little surprise for you, MP. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. So we flame on in here, man. We a part of the Fantastic Four and right now. So we dropping flames from my peoples, man. But yeah, we're gonna touch on my new look Lakers. We're gonna touch on why it's Kobe overlooked as far as I'm saying the debate. I guess from a mainstream perspective, but from an individual perspective, the Kobe fans out there, we know what it is. And a lot of us hold true to that, but at the same time, bro, I'm not delusional, nor am I one of those people that don't see more than one side of it. So again, man, when it comes to code, you got a lot of people that don't even recognize any other players whatsoever. Same thing LeBron, same thing with MJ as well. Man, you got a lot of people that don't really recognize it or they don't really give it any credence as far as saying, oh, this player is one of the, what I'm saying, greatest, one of the greatest players and things of that nature. You got a lot of people that just right off the bat, man, they don't want to say one of the, they have to say, he's the best, and that, what they say is final. One thing you can't do, you can't argue anybody's opinion, man. Like, you can't change somebody's opinion because you can't argue it down. So I say a lot of that comes down to obviously just being able to agree to disagree. That's one of the things, man. Like one of them joints where you look at it and that's how you got to roll with it. But yeah, you got my, what I'm saying. Everybody saw the thumbnail with what MJ said, so you see the love and admiration he got for Kobe. When Kobe died, a piece of me died. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of Laker fans felt the exact same way. Not only Laker fans, but any fan of basketball that definitely understand what it takes to play at his level and be able to go out there and produce the way he did. You know what I mean? A lot of them was able to appreciate that. So I think a lot of people felt the same way as he did. I don't know if that makes sense. So, uh, but yeah, man, we're gonna cook on that joint. We're definitely gonna cook on that. We're gonna dive into everything. But like I said, I'm giving it another minute or two, waiting for a couple of the other people to show up so I can play the surprise I got for the TWT fan, man. Play the surprise. I think y'all gonna love it. Uh, I definitely love it. First, when I said made me smile, made me happy, and me definitely feeling like, oh yeah, we getting that, baby. We getting it. One thing at a time, but we definitely getting there for sure. So yeah, MP, I appreciate you sliding through this joint, bro. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Yeah, I got that flame on deck now. So I'm dropping that bad, dropping that bad boy. My brother Skills in the building. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you sliding through this joint. Let me get my brother Skills right real quick. Let me get my brother Skills right real quick. Yeah, we flaming up everything now. We flaming up everything now, Skills. I done messed around and got the flames on this joint. So yeah, we rocking and rolling. We get it in. We dropped the flames on all the TWT fam. But yeah, man, I'm just waiting for a couple more of my peoples to make it in, and then I'm gonna go ahead and share that joint with y'all, man. Would have me, you know what I'm saying, skipping around the house a little bit, put a smile on my face, had me bobbing my head. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So wait to see if my other fans gonna pop in this joint too, man. Waiting for a couple more of my TWT fam. I got some fun stuff to share, man. Some fun stuff to share. But yeah, man, we gonna definitely touch on get a little bit into this topic. So my new look Lakers, they look good. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it's just one game and all that." You gotta look at things from a simple size perspective. Yeah, it was to me when I saw it. I got to see different lineups. You can tell Coach Ham was out there playing with lineups as well, trying to see mix and match, see who goes well, what they can do in live game situations and things of that nature. And I think that starting lineup can be tweaked a lot of ways. You know what I mean? I think it all depends on the matchup for the night. They can definitely change it however they want to change it. And that'll make a big difference as far as, you know what I'm saying, again, depending on the matchups. So you got to see um, D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, LeBron, Vanderbilt, and AD out there. We all are well aware AD is not a fan of playing the five, but I think at this point, when it comes down to it, when you're playing teams that have a small, big, and so it's pretty much almost playing four out in a situation of it, I think that's what AD's starting to see. So I think he's starting to get away from having an issue with playing the five because he's still matching up against the same person that will be guarding him, even if they had a five out there. You know what I mean? So in the situations of seeing it like that, that's a good starting lineup. Brandon Ingram, you know, again, when if you watched a little bit of the interview, he was saying his one of his toughest matchups for people that give him kind of the toughest time. He said it was Vanderbilt, and what happened? Same situation. You know what I mean? He got his buckets off for sure, but Vanderbilt made him work for it. And I raved about that a little bit when talking about, you know what I'm saying, the trade that took place is that Vanderbilt brings a defensive element that, from a wing perspective, that the Lakers don't really have. You know, they don't have somebody out there that's high energy, but also a solid defender. And he's one of those people that's extremely high energy and definitely a solid defender. He's long, he's lengthy, he understands the defensive assignments, he understands help defense. He may not give you all the scoring in the world, but everything he lacks on scoring, he gives you on the defensive end as well. So you got to see that on full display when he was going against Brandon Ingram, which we all know Brandon Ingram is a good scorer in his own right. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those people that elevated his game, mid range, 3 point, tack the rim, back you down, beat you off the dribble, pull up. Brandon Ingram has definitely evolved his game a lot, man. So he's out there definitely producing. He's putting on for New Orleans. So it's definitely one of the things I'm happy to see him out there, happy to see him healthy and putting in the work, man. And his game is starting to show it. So again, man, definitely satisfied with what we're getting out of Vanderbilt. Again, Beasley, streaky shooter, more so a consistent shooter. So that comes with the territory. When you're a shooter, you're gonna shoot. You're gonna have your hot nights. You're gonna have your cold nights. But as long as he stays consistent and keep working, he's one of those other people that's a high energy guy as well. So again, you got another one right there, but he's more of from a scoring perspective. Then obviously you got to see D'Angelo Russell on full display as well. I mean, you got the Lakers, quote unquote, big three, all of them having 20 plus points. AD chipped in, obviously, with over 10 boards. But again, it was a small sample size to see, but you got to see what D'Angelo Russell brings to the table. What is that? He brings a person that can shoot the mid range, definitely shoot the three. We know that he's had his clutch moments. He can get to the rim. He's definitely finishing below the rim. I think that's probably only maybe two highlight reel dunks the D'Angelo Russell had in his entire career being in the league. I mean, he's not the person that's going to meet you at the summit and drop you off. He's more the person that's going to, you know what I'm saying, shoot your ankles out and then lay it up on you. Yeah, he's not going to go in there and dunk on you like that. So he gets to the rim, can finish with either hand. So as expected, again, one of the things he'll give is a different element. The other flip side of that, he's not turnover prone with the ball. I think he had one turnover last night, and that was it. Again, if you look at his history of his stats, man, he's not a turnover prone point guard. So that's one thing, again, that's working in favor of the Lakers. Obviously, definitely a good free throw shooter as well. Lakers, from a team perspective, didn't shoot too great last night from the free throw line, but overall, he's one of those people that if you send him to the line, you can definitely have confidence in that he's not going to leave those freebie points, you know what I'm saying, out there to be picked off. So he's going to make sure he picks up on all of those, man. So again, I'm liking what I'm seeing from a starting perspective, man. Obviously, you know what you're going to get out of Bron. You know what you're going to get out of AD. I would say the flip side of that to go with it, man, is that when you get the situation of coming to the bench players, you still got Austin Reeves, you got Roy Hachimaru, you got Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves. You have a bench that Mo Bamba, who's out there. I know he was 0-4, 0-5 from three, but at the same time, what did he do? He got 3 blocks. I mean, they're bringing him there more so from the defensive aspect, not scoring. And if he gives you scoring, hey, that goes along with it. So definitely something that you gotta accept from that standpoint. But yeah, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing from my team, man. This new look Lakers team, I'm liking what I'm seeing from top to bottom. Again, it all boils down to can we stay healthy and remain healthy, and we gotta dig in on the defensive end. We can't sit here and just assume because we're the Lakers team is gonna lay down. And in retrospect, it's the complete opposite. Just because we're the Lakers, every team is going to look to get up for us. Every team is going to look to blow out the Lakers or try and, you know what I'm saying, put a blemish on it. Why? Because the Lakers dominated the league for so many years. So teams are now trying to get their get back. You know what I mean? They're trying to get their get back. If you notice, every single time a guard or whomever plays the Lakers, they dang near have either a career night or close to a career night. Every single one. Dame looks to light up the Lakers. Steph looks to light up the Lakers. Clay. I mean, the list goes on from guards. Kyrie, same situation. KD, Devin Booker, Chris Paul. Like the list goes on when these guards come to play the Lakers. They look at the Lakers as if they food. Like they understand that they're gonna go out here and put on the show because they do realize that they're on the big stage. You know, the Lakers is one of those teams that's heavily televised. So again, man, everybody's looking to go out there and get in that knockout punch and roll through it that way, man. They're not looking to go in here and get a Lakers any type of sympathy because if they're down a player or not, that's not the case. Nobody cares, man. Nobody cares. So thing is, they want to get out there. They want to definitely, you know, what I'm saying, hand the Lakers a L in the worst way possible. And you know, we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay committed to the game of that, man. What I was gonna say is that the other topic of it too, man. Again, while I wait for a few more people to roll in, man, this Kobe situation, you know what I mean? The Kobe indirect slander that you see, and people may be saying, "Hey, what you mean by indirect slander or things of that nature, man?" People not giving Kobe's just due. You know what I mean? He being skipped over from any kind of goat talk or anything of that nature because a lot of people gonna say the number one thing is, "Hey, we already saw this before," and Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Boxing MMA 365, salute to you, man. Appreciate you sliding through. A lot of people are gonna say we already saw this in Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty much seeing a replica of things like that. I would say I would beg to defer, man. Yeah, the cadence of his game and things like that, he may have been able to look at it and emulate it and things, but you still got to go out there and actually you know what I'm saying, execute what it is you're planning to do. Expand upon the game. He's a better 3-point shooter than Jordan. He did that more. He did more of a from a crossover handle standpoint. Attacked the rim a little bit more, a little differently than Jordan did. There were similarities for as far as like posters. I mean, you're gonna dunk on people, you're gonna dunk on people. So they definitely have that. Obviously the fadeaway, he got that. But then it came down, you know what I'm saying, just his being creative. Jordan wasn't more of he's not more of a one-on-one type player. Kobe is, his game is predicated more so and driven off of playing one-on-one. That's who he is at his core. I dropped that in a short, you know what I mean? He said, he admitted it, saying like, deep down in my core, I'm a one-on-one player. That's what I do. LeBron is more of a player that's an all-around guy and things like that. But when it comes down to it, Kobe is a bucket getter. You know what I mean? Kobe's a bucket getter. MJ gets to his spots, but Kobe made sure, you know what I'm saying, the entire court was his spot. So they have their similarities, but then they're different as well. You just got to look at it from the whole entirety of it and not just look at it and saying that's a spitting image and be done with it. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do that. They buy over that fact. And if you want to say it's about rings and things like that, or overall and all, et cetera, like it's an argument to be had and to be made, man. That it's more to it than that. And I can definitely say that without any sort of looking at it and doubt in my mind or anything like that. It's more to it. You know what I mean? Definitely more to it. But a lot of people don't look at it that way. They view it how they view it. People gonna have their opinions. Like I said, man, we're not gonna try and sway nobody's opinion. We just gonna let people have their opinion and respectfully or disrespectfully agree to disagree. However type or whatever type of person you are, you know what I mean? Brother Just Do in the building, salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through this joint, man. Hey, Just Do, I got a surprise for you, bro. Got a surprise for you. Yes, sir. Yeah, we flamed up on this side now, dude. So I can drop them joints at will now, man. Can drop them joints at will, man. Um, but yeah, I was just giving a little light cook on it, man. I already cooked a little bit on my new look Lakers, how my team is looking, what I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what each player doing. It's an extremely small sample size, but I can see that, you know what I'm saying, I can see the writing on the wall. I can see the ultimate big picture and the direction it's headed. So I'm definitely liking what I'm seeing, man. Absolutely like what I'm seeing. Again, a lot of those things being the first game where they got to put out an entire lineup with everyone out there. I liked what I saw, and definitely a fan of it. And I was definitely waiting to see if I got a little bit more of my TWT fam in the building, man. Like I said, I had a pleasant little surprise that I was gonna drop on the fam, man, but it don't look like too many is in the building yet. So hey, they have to catch up on the playback. But hey, dude, I had to do this because this joint had my head nodding earlier. It had me excited, man. Y'all excuse my daughter, she wants in the live too, man. But yeah, but with no further ado, hey, here comes that pleasant surprise I was talking about, man. Courtesy and shout out to my brother G5. But yeah, man. Like I said, the pleasant surprise for those that's in the building, man. That TWT intro. Shout out to my brother G5 for that joint. Yeah, I had to cop that, man. That joint go hard, man. I was watching that joint when he first shared it with the squad. I said, "Hey, check this out, man." I said, "Oh yeah, my brother, he done cooked up a joint over there, man." So if y'all need any kind of video edits, any of that joint there, intros, outros, in between those, holla at G5 Gabe, man. G5 underscore Gabe. He'll get you right again. That's anybody that's watching the playback like that. Check it out. Right, that content that's over there too. It definitely, you know what I'm saying, you'll walk in there with an empty plate, you're gonna leave out with a full plate because he's gonna drop you some knowledge, man. But yeah, just do I like that joint, man. That intro go hard. Like I said, I was gonna share with the TWT fam, let them know, hey, that joint is up there for usage, and had to run it back on my joint too, man, because I had my own intro I dropped at the beginning, and then I went ahead and wanted to share that joint that G5 had dropped, man. But back to this cook though, man. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, their full appreciation is just due, and that's pun intended. But they don't give him his appreciation, man. What he brought to the game, his element, his dedication, the sacrifices, man, made all of those things. They don't give him that. The only thing they want to say is that's Michael Jordan Jr. That's it. What they don't understand is that in order for you to be a junior at something, you got to first be the master, or you got to produce to it to earn that title to be called a junior or something. But people don't, again, they don't look at it from that perspective. They just look at it as saying, you just copy everything. And that's what it is. It ain't easy. Everybody can copy something. But at the end of the day, how you go out there and execute? How can you set yourself apart? You know what I'm saying? How can you actually be considered, you know what I mean, going through it like, oh, okay, well, it may look the same, but you still gotta go out there and be successful at it. And a lot of people, again, like I said, they don't view it that way. They don't understand it, and nor do they look at it that way. Everybody want to look at it from a black and white perspective and think that's what it is, when in reality it ain't. Like I said, man, I'm a true fan of this here game that I love. And yeah, I got my favorite team and a favorite player, but I also have the understanding and knowledge to be able to look at it from the perspective and appreciation of a player, even though I may not rock with that team or player. Guess what? I'm still gonna give them their credit. Because guess what they did? They sacrificed. They got there. They living out their dream. They playing a sport that they may love, and they able to, you know, what I'm saying, financially take care of their family or families, depending on the situation. And again, man, how is it that you can sit there and have a hate or disdain or dislike for somebody, and they doing something that they wanted to do, and they made it to a level that either you personally didn't make it to, or you personally wasn't successful at getting it to. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's levels to it. So that's why the other category I had on that joint or topic, man, was levels of success, players and organizations. You know what I mean? Some players' levels of success is just making it to the league and just making it all together, not playing a minute or anything of that, not a minute or a meaningful minute or anything like that. They consider that a success. Some players have, you know, what I'm saying, aspirations where if they make it to the league, they want to be the best player. They want to be, you know what I'm saying, they want to be that player that contributes to a championship, or they want to be that player that leads their team to a championship, or they want to be that player that, you know what I'm saying, that is the reason of the championship being won, or other players being drawn to that market because they want to play with said player. Like I said, man, it's levels to success in different ways when it comes to players and organizations, man. That's why they consider the San Antonio Spurs one of the historical organizations because they have a winning pedigree. But at the end of the day, if you look at it from a top heavy perspective, who are the two franchises are most known and more successful and heavily, you know what I'm saying, viewed as the franchises that kept not only the NBA afloat, but also kept the rivalry afloat and had people interested. You know what I'm saying? That purple and gold and that green. You know what I mean? The Lakers and the Celtics. We all know, obviously, Magic and Bird brought that to an all-time high with the situation. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, when they were battling, we all know that for a fact. That those two teams again are historical teams that are when they're doing well and winning, man. That people are highly interested in the league, and it's weird to say it, and it's weird to even think that, but it's a fact. When you look across the board, the Lakers are playing well. People are more interested. When the Celtics are playing well, people are more interested. Why is that? Because they want to see if they can see that historical matchup in the playoffs, in the NBA finals, or even on any given Sunday in a primetime game, having Lakers and Celtics play against each other. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's been a change. Warriors stormed on the scene, Nets for a short period of time, and then now, it's a whole new look across the league. You know what I mean? People are itching, and they can't wait to see who play. They can't wait to see the Suns play with Kevin Durant, CP3, and Devin Booker. They can't wait to see them. People can't wait to see Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. You know what I mean? And that's an organization. And I'm switching over to the organization. So y'all make sure y'all keep up with me. Don't get flat. But I'm just saying, from organization standpoint, people are viewing, these organizations as being what? They viewing them as being successful in their own right of putting butts in the seats and putting fans there, and also putting out a product that fans is going to enjoy and love. And that's what you're seeing. They out here getting these players. You're seeing these type of players teaming up because the organization are making moves to make that happen, because they understand, man, the only way you're gonna stay relevant is being successful. You don't want to be that bottom tier team that never makes a playoffs, never win a championship, never in contention for a championship, or has won a championship and never returned. You know what I mean? So it's like teams are making moves to win. They're not making moves to just put a couple of butts in the seat and consider that a win or a success. Ain't nobody in the business of winning by additional subtraction or whatever, however that saying go. You know what I mean? Like, you're not seeing all these things happening for no reason. All these teams or organizations are looking to get better because they want to compete for a championship. When you have teams like the Hornets never won a championship, you know what I mean? What are you, and obviously it switched over now where it's the Hornets, and then they have the Pelicans. It's like, when you look at it from a historical standpoint, when you think about this team, what comes to mind? You don't think of success. You think of, they had a couple of players that either played well, or a couple of players that went somewhere else and potentially won. Prime example of that, Anthony Davis went to the Lakers and won a championship. You know what I mean? So it's like, a lot of people that that bled them colors and supported AD when he played for their home team felt like they won a championship because they was heavily invested, bro. So it's like, and it's like, when you look at it, okay, baby. When you look at it, you know what I mean. That's the facts of it. Is that these players, some of those players are content with just making it. Some players have more passion and drive, and they want more. They want more out of it. They don't want to settle for just making it there and then just fading into the distance. Because we've seen a number of players do that. Then you have players like, I'll tell you this: you had a player like Kobe, 18-year-old kid playing in the league, playoff games. He airballs back-to-back shots. That could have broke any other 18-year-old kid. What did it do then? It motivated him. He got his butt in the gym and got to it, and then look what happened. 5 championships later, multi-time All-Star, All-Defensive player, made the All-Defensive team multiple times, MVP, you know what I'm saying, own shoe brand, a mogul, everything, man. And it was all based off the fact he didn't quit, he didn't give up, because his level of success for him individually was not just making it to the league. He wanted to be one of the greatest players that ever played the game. Same goes with Jordan. Same goes with LeBron. Same goes with Shaq. Same goes with Kareem. Will. I mean, the list goes on. Bird, Magic, Allen Iverson. Like all these players, man, that differentiated themselves and became not just a star, but all stars, or like MVPs and moguls within their own right. You know what I mean? Like, all these players had a different kind of drive and passion and dedication to this. They didn't want their success to end with just simply just getting to the NBA. And like I said, that's no slight or disrespect to anybody. I mean, you make it to the NBA, you made it one step, you made it to the promised land of your goal or where you wanted to be. Now that you made it there, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to take advantage of that? You know what I'm saying? What's the next steps? What are you going to do? So that's what you got to see. A lot of players, I mean, you see the difference in those players as far as what they did and the level of it. That's why certain players get the love they get. That's why certain players still, again, retired and having shoe deals that's bringing in millions, if not billions of dollars a year. That's why you're seeing players playing overseas are considered as like gods over there. You know what I mean? Like Stephon Marbury in China, man, they got a statue of this man and everything. You know what I mean? Over in the U.S., he was taken for granted. He got called a thug and all this other stuff because he had tattoos and he moved at his own beat or marched at his own beat and things of that nature. Man, people, you know what I'm saying, they view him in one way or light, but how do you go to a different country and those people treat you with the decency and respect and literally appreciate it, you know what I'm saying, what you brought to the game over there for them? It's crazy when you want to be back at your quote unquote home, you don't get none of that. You know what I'm saying? He gets absolutely none of that. People made fun of his shoes being $30 or $29.99 or whatever the price, or $10.99. I can't remember the exact price, but it was less than $40. People made fun of the fact that he was trying to make shoes be affordable for kids out there that was less fortunate that couldn't buy basketball shoes. Over there, they loved him and loved his shoes. Nobody talked about him in that kind of light. Because why? Because he was putting it out there to be able to be a person that's personable and for the people. Unfortunately, it just wasn't his people, wasn't for him, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. It's backwards, man. It's asinine. I don't even know what to say about that. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, boxing MMA in Asia, they have so much respect for the athletes. Yeah, because a lot of them just from a culture perspective have like that respect level of appreciation, especially when it comes to hard work and like discipline and dedication. You know what I mean? It's a whole different level. Obviously, back here and stuff like that, man, it's different. People it's looked at as if, oh, well, you weren't and you're not in the goat, you know what I'm saying, goat conversation, or you can't do this better than that player and stuff like that. And it's like it's a whole different thing, bro. Where it's always you got to shine brighter than the star that's next to you. Instead, why can't y'all come together and shine together? It's always like that. It's a weird situation and dynamic, bro. That a lot of people look at it, but they don't really understand it. You know what I mean? Like they look at the situation of it and assume like because you make it here, this is how you're supposed to be. You know what I mean? They measure you based off your contemporaries or based off of certain things, and it's like no, that's the case. You had your own lane cut out of how you made it here. Now it's a matter of what you're gonna do when you make it here. And like I said, that's why you see a big separation. I mean, it's crazy to me that like, and I probably mentioned this in the previous live. I know, baby. Mentioned this in the previous live that how is it that Dwayne Dedman is still getting bounced around in the league, but Carmelo Anthony can't. He's not in the league at all. And we all know what Melo brings to the game, but Dedman, nobody knows what he brings. He's a big body that's out there. Is he gonna block shots or rebound or score? I would say he maybe get some blocks. Nah, most likely he's gonna foul somebody more so to do anything else. But yet, my man Melo is doing what? Sitting at home riding away, and not riding away in a bad essence. It's just time is being wasted. Another one of those players that wasn't appreciated and what he was able to do and what he brought to the game. A lot of people look at it and think, oh well, Melo's not really because he can take care of himself. And last time I checked, at his age, his ability to still, you know what I'm saying, get to the block and score, and as long as you can shoot, you know what I'm saying, your time in the league is almost unlimited. As long as you can shoot, as long as you can score and put that basket or put that ball in the grip, that's the main thing that will keep you afloat or keep you in the league. And he's one of the greatest to do it. So I'm still confused and definitely at a loss of words of why this man is not in the league, why no team is playing the call. When I can look across the board and see players that I wouldn't say that's not deserving, but definitely not as talented at each year. Somebody make that make sense to me of how that works. That's the part that is being has me at a loss for words. The part of it, how in the world is there still these players that's that's in the league and they can't even do a portion of what this man does or play, you know, saying remotely the way he plays or is able to bring what he brings to the team, veteran leadership, scoring, and an understanding of time situations and things of that nature. I mean that he is one of those people that has like if you look at his actual like accolades, you know what I'm saying? Like Melo's a well decorated and respected NBA player, bro. Like and a lot of teams for some odd reason they just shoot shine right over it. They'd rather pick up somebody that's going to sit on the bench and not be able to offer you anything. Not one thing. They can't offer you some insight. They can't offer you no advice, no leadership, no in the room mentorship. They can't, or in the locker room mentorship. They can't offer you anything. They just there filling the void. They just there being a body. And that's no slight of disrespect to them. It's just saying is that, again, there's levels of success and then there's levels of understanding like how the game operates to maximize that success, whether you be playing or you just being a person that's out there that's actually contributing in a different way. Like, why do you think Udonis Haslam is still somebody that's in the NBA? And even though he may not be, you know what I'm saying, he may not get a single tick in the game, what is he doing in that locker room for that team? He's helping them lean towards success or understanding that the Miami Heat successful way as an organization as a whole. And again, that's one of those situations that people success. I mean, there's different levels of aspect of it that you need that's going to help you be successful from an organizational standpoint and a team standpoint, and also from a player standpoint. You got an old head that's in the game, that's been in the game, and they give you the game on how to have longevity, success, and things of that nature. Man, you need that in the locker room too. Otherwise, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna be a team or a player that's just satisfied with just making it to the NBA and that be it. And a lot of them players, man, I would say now, as much as they're getting paid and stuff, some of them may be, you know what I'm saying, settling for the fact that, oh, I'm just happy I made it, I got my check, and that's it. But you're seeing some players now that's playing for the love of the game and they want to get out there and compete. That's the ultimate goal to me. Is you would think you'd want to go out there and compete and be the best and beat the best. So it's just crazy when we see these things, man. The success level of some of these organizations and some of these players, you can tell who's either trending in the right direction, or you can tell who's really, truly interested as far as being successful and the type of level of success that they're going for. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. It's to me, it's definitely crazy. But it was just again a quick, very quick drop in, man. Just wanted to chop it up and talk with y'all. Make sure I'm doing this very consistent. Different aspect of it, man. Different angle of view on things. I touched on my team. My team looking great. I like what I'm seeing. I'm loving the trade. I'm not loving what I'm hearing as far as them keep trying to, you know what I'm saying, paint Russ as the cloud or the vampire and all that weird stuff. It's like, bro, it just was a situation that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Both sides have moved on now. It's like let it go. Let it go. Ain't no reason to keep trying to inadvertently while purposely blackball this man or blacklist this dude out of the league by saying, you know, he's a terrible team. He brings a terrible energy and all this other kind of stuff. Because it's like all the NBA players that's been teammates of Rust and said the exact opposite, bro. That he's not no vampire or a leech in the locker room or a dark cloud and all that kind of weird stuff. You know what I mean? They all gave saying high praises about him and said he's very team oriented. He's smart. He knows the game. But it's just, you know, when he's in the game, situational basketball and stuff like that, it just has low IQ basketball moments that either cost his team the game or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it comes with the territory of a player of that caliber. Like, you know what you're going to get and you know what to expect. You're going to get a high energy, passionate player that you got to understand and know how to manage to put him in the best situations for him to be successful and to bring success to your team. Again, man, that word success is key. And a lot of people don't understand it completely on how it's used or how to use it or the importance of it. You know what I mean? Boxing MMA said players got to have that mentality to strive for greatness every day. That's a fact. That's a fact. Why y'all think? Why y'all think we're gonna see LeBron probably play for about 20, 23 to 24 years? I mean, obviously he said he want to play until he gets to play with Bronny, but again, that could be enough because Bronny's in high school still, so then he has to be out of high school for a year, whether that be he goes and play in the D League or college or he sits out, one of the two. Either way, he's still got to be out a year, so that automatically throws LeBron into pretty much another 2 years. And if he's still playing at the same level he's playing now, you know what I'm saying, 2 to 3 years from now, like that's going to be unheard of. He's going to put some numbers out there that's going to be, you know, unattainable. Because why is that? Because people don't. He takes his taking care of his body. He takes it to a different kind of level that people not even willing to do it for a month, let alone for as long as he's been doing it for, going on 20 years or 20 plus years. Again, man, it's one of the things you got to understand what it is that's going on. Appreciate what's in front of you, and again, I'm not gonna tell nobody to be a fan of this man, but give that man his flowers and respect on what it is you see that he's doing. That man his flowers. They don't want to give him his just due and credit and acknowledgement of the fact of what he's been doing for how long he's been doing at the level he's been doing it at with all the pressure that's been on his back. And now being not known as a scorer, he's an all-time NBA leading scorer in history. Like, bro, you can only hate for so long, but then, you know what I'm saying, when it's all said and done and he hangs it up, bro, then you're gonna be saying, you know what I'm saying, oh, LeBron would have did that, or LeBron would have did that, or you know what I'm saying, I missed this, or I missed the tomahawk dunks or the pass, or even just the slight kind of drama. You okay, baby? Even the slight kind of drama and things like that, they're gonna be saying they miss it, you know what I'm saying, because it ain't gonna be there. whether people want to admit it or not, LeBron's been the face of the league for a minute. Ever since Kobe kind of, trended downhill and retired and things like that, man, he was the, Bron been the face of the league. The face of the league when Kobe was playing in his prime and stuff, obviously it was Kobe because what was people raving and wanting and clamoring for? They were clamoring for a NBA Finals matchup between LeBron and Kobe because they wanted to see if LeBron was ready to not only, the passing of the torch, but see if he was ready to take the torch and see if Kobe was ready to let it go. But we never got it. We never got that. We never got to see that dream matchup that everybody wanted to see when all the marbles on the line. Who was going to go out there and get it? Now, if I'm gonna say from a personal standpoint, things like that, who would I say would have won that battle? I'm tipping my hat towards Kobe because at that time, when the time was during that time when Kobe in his prime and they had their commercials where they had the little dolls and stuff like that, man. Cole was on his tip. He was doing what he needed to do, and he was at a point in his career where if they would have matched up, his mentality would have been enough where it would have either frustrated Bron or it would have frustrated Bron and Lakers would have won, or it would have forced Bron to elevate his game and Cleveland would have won. You know what I mean? So it's like either way, you couldn't have went wrong because you would have got to see the two best at that time go at it head to head. And that would have been something again. People were clamoring for it. The league itself, fans, everybody was clamoring for it. Kobe wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure LeBron wanted it too. He wanted to prove that he is the best and his time is now. His time isn't tomorrow, but his time is now. He wanted to prove that, I'm sure. If he did, you know what I mean, he wouldn't have been, again, taking care of his body like he's supposed to and be the player that he is today. Like this man has been striving and striving for greatness each and every day from almost the point of when he had his first game on his high school game on ESPN, and I'm speaking of Bron, that having to carry that weight on his shoulders. Like he knew he was destined for greatness, and what did he do, man? He set himself up, not only himself, his friends, his family, his loved ones. He set them up for generational wealth and gave them all an opportunity, whether it be paying for their own college to learn a trade and become good at what they do, or being able to be there to support them, but not take care of them, but support them in the direction they went ahead and setting themselves up to be successful. Like a Rich Paul, like you know what I mean. So it's like even when I think they showed his girl Adele during the Super Bowl sitting next to Rich Paul, but they didn't even put Rich Paul up. They just put her up and then flashed it off quick when they could have just like had that mention of that's Rich Paul as well. Everybody knows who he is, but why did they do that? I'll leave that up to y'all interpretation though. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a lot that goes into success. It's a lot that goes into it. I would love to cook on this joint more and definitely have my people up on the panel with me and stuff and go over it. So I'm gonna have to find some more time to do that and have more people in the building so then that way we can have a true I wouldn't say argument on that joint, but definitely have some discussion. You know what I mean? Have some dialogue in regards to wanting people's take, how they feel and what they feel about what I'm saying? Not only my new look Lakers, the fact that Kobe being overlooked, um, you know what I mean? Also the levels of success from a player standpoint or team and organizational standpoint, you know what I'm saying? How y'all feel about that and things of that nature, man. Y'all can definitely hit me with the comments on that. Even if you know what I'm saying, catching the replay, hit me with the comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel about that. And I'll be more than happy to respond to that joint, man. So then that way you know what's going on with it. Um, and boxing MMA. Salute to my brother G5 in the building. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through. Let me get you right real quick. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got that bad boy on there. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you stopping through, bro. Boxing MMA said I was reading yesterday. Kobe invested in his in body armor. I think it was 15 million. His family get. Yeah. That's a fact. That is absolutely a fact. He made some investments, man, that set his family up, his family's family, and generations to come, man, generational wealth. And then obviously people, his shoe deal still brings in a lot. My bad, my daughter's going crazy. You know what I'm saying? We all know the Mamba mentality and Mamba shoe line, man. It's definitely generating too. Quick salute to you. Appreciate you stopping through this joint. Let me get you right real quick. Yes, sir. Got that flame going. And my brother Five, like I said, man, I was cooking up a storm in this joint earlier, man, talking about my new look Lakers, how they looking, how they doing. My man Cole being overlooked. I think the reasoning of why he being overlooked, and then levels of success, man. Levels of success from an individual standpoint, from the players all the way down up to the organization making moves to be great. They want their level of success to be measured in championships and not measured in what could have been. You know what I mean? We see a lot of that in the league with a lot of these teams. The type of moves they make is not moves to be made to become a juggernaut of an actual it's an organization or had that same pedigree as the Lakers or the same pedigree as the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Those historical franchises. Instead, you getting these situations where, like I said earlier, and that was no slight nor disrespect to these teams, but when you think of the Hornets or the Pelicans, there is no true historicalness, to these teams. I mean, for the Hornets, the name, yeah, because you had Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues, players like that back in the day, Campbell, all these guys like that, man. But when you think of the Pelicans, I mean, even though that team is derived and driven off of the Hornets are here now. So what is the history of one of those two teams? The Bobcats? Like, come on, man. Like these teams. What's up, son of God? Appreciate you sliding through this joint, man. We looking at these teams and we're not thinking that these teams are successful from a standpoint of pitting them up against their contemporaries. We're looking at these organizations as just saying like, oh, they had a couple of good players here and there, and that's pretty much it. But then obviously, again, when you measure it up to a let's say a San Antonio Spurs team, I mean, that's a historical franchise. That's what everybody know them for being successful. They know them for being a very professional organization. You know what I'm saying? Despite the whole situation of how things may have or may have not been handled with Kawhi and things like that, man. But when you think of that team, you think of a Tim Duncan, you think of a Tony Parker, you think of a Manu Ginobili, a David Robinson, Robert Ory, Sean Elliott. Like you think of this team from a professional standpoint as true professionals. That's how you view the San Antonio Spurs. Coach Popovich, everybody look at Coach Pop like what? That he's one of the best coaches in NBA history, and any team would be striving to get after him. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, man, the levels of success is different. And I cooked on it earlier talking about the players making it to the league. Some players is just enough for them to make it, and then what do you see them do? They fade off into the distance, become broke, and either A end up, you know what I'm saying, on the street, or B, you know what I'm saying, they may be in the cubicle next to you, depending on your line of work kind of thing. And then some of you know what I'm saying, they bounce back, go to school, save the money that they made and reinvest and get different type of jobs. You're seeing a lot of these ex players that are doing what? They're commentating now, they're on sports shows and things like that. But then again, you're seeing the players that don't have the ability to kind of adapt with the after with the after NBA, you know what I'm saying? What are they gonna do then? At the afterlife of the NBA, what do you do? My bad, y'all. My daughter talking. um, you're seeing those situations, bro. But again, you're seeing players like a LeBron that's what I'm saying, been playing for over 20 years, and like I said earlier, he's probably gonna play for another. Zoe, really? He's probably gonna play for another 3 to 4 years. Yeah, hi. He's probably gonna play for another 3 to 4 years, and people are gonna say that's crazy. He gonna, yeah, he gonna. And I would say the only drop off you're gonna see is the quickness to blow past people. Outside of that, he gonna change his game to being more of a back down elbow type player. I guarantee that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see him more at the post. Why is that? Because even with old age, he still has the body to be able to bang down low and take advantage of that size differential. He's strong as hell. At his size, he's strong as hell. So he's going to be able to take advantage of that. And again, like I said earlier too, you have players that's out of the league that deserves to be in the league, a la Carmelo Anthony. And then again, not to keep picking on this person, Dwayne Dedman. Like, why? Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna leave that man alone because I don't want to see him, anything happen or his chance being ruined or anything like that. But I'm just saying, bro, like we know what that is when you look at that. Melo still has a lot to offer to the game, and we know what we seeing. But um, from a success standpoint, players have different levels. They make it. That's a success to them.
if they play a couple of minutes a game or have just a basic or low grade average, that's a success. But people that have that passion and drive and that Mamba mentality, they want to be the best. They want to be one of the best, if not the best. And that's what sets them apart. Like I said, that's why you look at when you hear names, certain names, that name is it's immortal. It's gonna live forever. It's eternal. You know what I mean? When you hear a Kobe, when you hear a Michael Jordan, when you hear Dr. J, when you hear Magic Johnson, you hear Larry Bird, when you hear Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, all these names are all people that did what? They've been gone either for years or decades. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying gone as in like transition to the past. Like I mean gone and retire from the NBA. And LeBron is still playing. So just imagine how long his name gonna be going about. Because why is his name gonna be anonymous alone? Because not only is he the all-time NBA leading scorer, but he's also not considered a quote-unquote scorer. But secondly, they gonna the hate this man receives and the hate that he's given is gonna keep his name living on too. People hate the fact that he came in as an 18-year-old kid and carried the weight on his shoulders and then never buckled. They hate that. They hate that with a passion. A successful black man that got his family going in the direction they going, and he put on for not only himself, his family, and his closest friends. They hate that. So his name is gonna be eternal, bro. I'm telling you, they gonna have to talk about him in one way or another. Same way how Floyd said, like me or hate me, but you gonna tune in either way. And again, not to swap it over to boxing, but it's a fact. People tuned in to see him lose or see him win or see him hope to lose, and a lot of people tuned in to see him win. You know what I mean? That's the true element of it. A lot of people talk about LeBron in a glowing way of where, you know what I'm saying, he's the GOAT and argue statistics and numbers on it. A lot of people talk about LeBron saying he's not the GOAT because he don't have a clutch gene. But in reality, when you look at the numbers of it, yeah, the numbers are gonna say he has the most clutch shots made. But a lot of people look at the on the court, you know what I'm saying, the body language, the confidence and things like that. I think that goes into a lot of people's decision on how they view, you know what I'm saying, him being the quote unquote that's how people kind of question his quote unquote clutchness. It's because they don't see that confidence that oozes in that moment. When you looked at the moment of clutch and it came down to when you know you was gonna get a bucket, Kobe and Jordan was you know what I'm saying, they were slobbering at the mouth, knowing, salivating, oh, I'm gonna get this shot up. If we win or we lose, it's gonna be on my shoulders. And I'm willing to take that and run with it. And a lot of people love that because that's true accountability of a leader of a team. You know what I mean? So so that's why a lot again, you don't hear too many people talking about it like that. But that's why one of the reasons why a lot of people look at Bron and they don't have that same glowingness or same like that same admiration for it. Like when you shoot trash to the back, who you yelling? You yelling out Kobe. You're not yelling out Jordan. You yelling out Kobe. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. Everybody, no matter who it is, when you throw something into the trash or you shoot a certain shot and stuff like that, you yelling out Kobe. You ain't yelling out nobody else. And it's funny that a lot of people don't really look at it like that. But when in all retrospect of it, think about it. Think about it. Jordan is known for his shoes. Kobe's known for, you know what I'm saying, being a shooter. Kobe could be hey, the whole entire squad plus the staff could be guarding Kobe and he gonna get a shot up. Like that's the type of mentality he had. But then when you think of Bron, if you're not a fan of basketball and you don't appreciate basketball, there isn't nothing that really jumps out at you right away. Nothing comes to mind right off the bat when you think of Bron. Like you think of the tomahawk, the you know what I'm saying, it's like his patented dunk and that's kind of it. You don't think of a fadeaway, you don't think of a shooting shot. You think of more of a passer or a chase down block maybe is more of his patented thing, but there isn't one thing that kind of jumps out at you that say, "Oh, that's Bron," like you know what I'm saying, like Bron or anything like that. And again, that's no slight or disrespect to Bron. I'm just stating, like you know what I'm saying, what I've noticed. And I'm a fan of Bron. I'm not a hater, but I'm not like one of the ultimate fans like that. I appreciate what he's done and brought to the game and what he brings to the game. Brother Son of God said, A1 who's on two questions for you. With the additional players that the Lakers have, where do they end in the season? And is there a best team LeBron? And is this the best team LeBron has had? Um, and Son of God, I apologize. I'm strictly looking at StreamYard, so I might be behind looking at the comments because I don't have YouTube up. But I think if I'm being dead honest with you, man, if this team stays healthy, they have the ability to definitely reach the NBA Finals. Now, winning it, it all depends on who they're matched up against. I still give them a good chance of winning it. Again, that all is based on if everyone is healthy, because they have a team that's built to be able to play a multitude of different ways, man. speed ball, half court ball. Definitely have the roster to play, what I'm saying, some sound defense. So it's definitely built to absolutely win a championship. That I can say without any type of hesitation. It's just a matter of, again, it's predicated off the health. Can this team stay healthy, and that be the main thing that's gonna make or break, what I'm saying, them how far they go in the season. They should make the playoffs. And they shouldn't even be in a play-in situation. They should make the playoffs comfortably, if I'm being honest. Only being a what, three to anywhere from 3 to 6 games out of sixth place right now. And you mean to tell me um, last night was the first game of getting to see this team play as a whole and play together, and I got to see a small sample size like that? I'll take that. I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day. Because why am I taking it any day? Because I got to see different elements of how they played. I got to see how D'Angelo Russell could come down and pull up from three, confident as hell, and the team not have an issue with it, and he knocked down the shot. I got to see how the crowd is playing into it. I got to see Vanderbilt go up against Brandon Ingram, giving him all kind of fits on the defensive end, and Brandon Ingram is one of the what I'm saying, top scorers in the NBA. You know what I mean? I got to see AD do what AD does. We know we get out of AD and Bron. When AD is healthy, hey, he's top five. It's just a matter of him staying healthy and his mental is right. He's top five. We know we getting out of Bron each and every night. He's consistent with that. So the rest of it boils down to, again, D'Angelo Russell being consistent and doing what he does. Very, like I say, he's very turnover, not turnover prone. He's low turnover prone. Yeah, one turnover. He's not one of those guards that rush to put something like that. And then you got Beasley, who's going to give you what he give you. But again, I'm high on Vanderbilt. And then when I look at that bench, I'm excited about it, man. That bench is something that can come in waves, and that's going to give team fits. You got Dennis Schroeder, you got Austin Reeves, uh, Roy Hachimaru, you got Mo Bamba is another big that can play in there. Whether they can start him or bring him off the bench doesn't necessarily matter. You still got Troy Brown. Like this team it's fitting to be able to go out there and compete and score with the best of them, because a lot of the people I just named, they have that dog in him. They all have that dog in him where it's not going to be a situation they're going to go out there and lay down at all. And then as far as like one of the best teams, I would say probably one of the man, because I really liked that Lakers team when they had Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, when they won the ring in the bubble, because that team was built in a way where it allowed everyone to be able to maximize what their potential and contribute. Like it was a perfect team for what LeBron needed. And that's why they won the chip. You know what I mean? Honestly. So I would say either the best or second best. You know what I'm saying? Obviously behind that championship team. Because I like what Dwight brought from a big man standpoint, the energy and the passion he brought. JaVale, you know what I'm saying, doing what JaVale does. Obviously AD doing what AD does. He was healthy. So it's like, man, yeah. And I know, yeah, there's only about 23, 24 games left. But for me, you know, so that it goes in the blink of an eye. We've seen teams go on a quick, you know what I'm saying, five to 10-0 run, as far as like a 5 to 10 game winning streak. So it's definitely possible. It's not out of the round for the Lakers to do it. They just got to stay committed. You know what I mean? It's all about committing. Defense is effort, offense is thumb. They stay committed and locked in on the defensive end. I rock on my team each and every night up against anybody, man. Who is your starting five for the Lakers? You mean as far as like the current Lakers or all time? You ready to go night night, baby? You mean yeah, you gotta let me know for that one, son of God. You mean all time or just right now? And my bad, y'all. Like I said, I'm using StreamYard, so them comments, man, it's a lag time. I don't know how long of a lag, but I know it's a lag. And I be commenting and talking trash to Southern T, and then K Savoy he'll read the comment, but I think K Savoy be having up YouTube and StreamYard though. But I only got StreamYard up right now, so I think it's probably like probably anywhere from like a 15 to 30 second lag time for them comments to show up. Yeah, um current starting five, well, the one they put out last night was D'Angelo Russell, Beasley, LeBron, Vanderbilt, and AD was the starting five that was put out last night. But like I said earlier, any given matchup that they have, that's gonna kind of determine who that starting five will be, in my opinion. I think because they can, you know, what I'm saying, slot in Rory Hachimaru in that starting lineup, or they can throw Mambamba in there and downsize as well, knock Beasley out, and then go big. Where you go, D'Angelo Russell, LeBron, Vanderbilt, AD, and then Mo Bamba. So it's like they have the option to go big or play all kind of different lineups, man. So there's going to be a lot of switching that's going to be going on. So that's going to call for a lot of communication. So just keep an eye on that too. If y'all, any of y'all that's a fan of basketball, I wouldn't say a Lakers fan, but a fan of basketball, if you happen to catch a Lakers game, just pay attention to the amount of skipping that be going on. But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna put my little baby girl to sleep. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all sliding through this joint, rocking out with me, man, talking this good basketball talk. Um, Definitely, like I said, trying to be consistent, do it more often, and keep it rocking and rolling. Uh, but before I let y'all go, again, man, hey, Five, you still in the building, Queen, you still in the building, and the rest of my TWT family that's still in the building. I got a little something for y'all one more time for the one more time. Check me out. Man, that joint right there is fire, man. I don't know what else to say. That beat is one of them beats, bro. I can just listen to zone in, whether it be working, driving, working out. I could just zone in and bop out to that joint. That beat something else fire. You might wanna call Sony or put that up as a sampler and get paid for that joint, man. Put that joint up on Spotify or something. Somebody gonna buy that joint. I can hear that being a Wayne or a who else I think of as a rapper, man. I can hear some rappers on that joint that'll be willing to pay top dollar and go crazy on that, man. So definitely you gotta put that joint, make that accessible to them boys up there, man, so they can make that good old purchase off of it. But yeah, man, again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up, showing love, man, and enjoying. Hopefully, y'all walked away learning something. Hopefully, y'all can come back with some questions for me or know what I'm saying. Like I said, hit that comment section. I'm more than happy to respond to there as well. So even if you're catching the playback of it, you know what I'm saying, leave me something there, man. I'll respond to it. Definitely one of those situations. I'm not gonna walk away from him. I'm not gonna ignore you. Feel free to do it. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to my TWT fam that showed up and showed me love, man. I appreciate y'all. And y'all know how we rocking. I'll catch y'all another one, man.